Welcome everyone to Season 2, Episode 1 of Pixel Pals, with me, the Yorkshire Gamer, and...
Retro Sega81. Hi everybody.
So we're finally here with... Well, I don't know about you, but I've had quite a few comments saying, is the podcast done? Are you actually coming back and doing another season?
I've had a few as well, yeah. But I don't think people believe me when I said, yeah, we're coming back, honestly. I don't think people quite believe me.
So, yeah, we did mention in the past that for this season, I think, well, we thought it'd be really cool to get a guest on every episode. So that's exactly what we've done this episode. So I'd like to give a warm welcome to the one and only 8BitBarber.
Thank you for having me on, guys. It is an honour and a privilege, man. I cannot understate how exciting it is, like, having a message from either of you guys to invite me onto the podcast, especially given the fact that I literally got into streaming because of Dylan. Like, literally, that was like you.
I know, this was the thing. I remember when you came into my stream, and it's when you still lived in Cyprus, wasn't it? And I can remember speaking to you, and then obviously you coming back, and then we became pals on Facebook as well. Not long after that, I don't think.
Yeah. It was one of so. What had happened was I'd been over there. I had moved abroad. I've weirdly somehow managed to become a streamer because of a Tinder match, because I got a Tinder match and then moved abroad. Got a little bit homesick. Came back so that like I had obviously legal things to do back here, and we gathered documents and stuff before I went back over. And it was just before I went back over, I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across Retro Sega's stream. I'd never seen a Scottish streamer. I'd never, ever seen a Scottish streamer before. And it was something that a couple of pals of mine, because I uploaded like a few clips to Facebook years ago, and a few of my pals were like, dude, you should stream. And I did like one stream on Twitch, and I never went back to it. But that you were the first Scottish streamer, you were the first streamer I watched on TikTok, but the first Scottish streamer that I'd ever come across, and I was like, holy shit. But then you were playing retro games as well. I know exactly what you were playing. You were playing Mega Bomberman on the Sega Mega Drive, and I had actually just been trying to talk my then girlfriend into playing the game with me, and she was like, yeah, I'll play that with you. So I remember seeing that, and then I was like, brilliant. And then when I went back over to Cyprus, any time that I seen you were live, I was like, brilliant, man. This is one, my retro video game film, because I didn't have any of my stuff with me. And this cures a little bit of homesickness, you know what I mean? Get to hang out with another Scottish guy and talk shit about retro games. So, and in a way, had I not scrolled on that day and found you, I probably wouldn't be a streamer. I don't know. I don't know if I would ever have got into it. So I owe you a lot, and my community owes you a lot, even if they don't know.
Not at all.
Even if they don't know, man.
I think you still would have done it, man. I honestly, because like obviously I jump into your streams because you're streaming almost every night as well, and I think you would have done it. I don't think there's no way you couldn't have done it, like because like you even see your community that's there, the range of different games and stuff that you play, how engaging you are as well, because it's hard, because sometimes your chat goes like you always make a point of speaking to everyone, even if you stop what you're doing. And that's what I used to do quite a lot as well, because I hated to miss like one comment. And you're exactly the same. So and no, you definitely would have done it, man. You 100%. It didn't take much convincing anyway when I did try and convince you at the beginning. I'm glad you've done it. Honestly, I'm so glad you've done it.
I appreciate it, man. I know I appreciate it. Even if you did call me Justin for like a 6-month period.
I said this to Mike, right? And you know what the thing was? I was conscious I said it 1 or 2 times, and you were like, "My name's not Justin." I was like, "I know." And then every time you came into my stream, it was the first thing that came into my head was like, "Justin." I was like, "All right, Justin." I'm like, "Oh shit, his name's not Justin." And I kept doing it, and the more I thought about it, the more I did it, and I couldn't help do it.
There seems to be a genuine thing. There's a guy who comes in like an older pensioner, and he gets his hair cut at the shop, right? And he's been calling the gaffer Stuart for fucking years, right? There has not been a Stuart in that building for about 20 years, and I'm not kidding you, right? And I remember one day he like I was cutting his hair. He just gets his head shaved, right? I was cutting his hair, and he made a comment. I was like, about someone. I says, "Who's that?" And he went, "Stuart," and he pointed to the gaffer, and I was like, "His name's Graham," and he was like, "What?" I was like, his name's Graham," and he turned around. He turned around to the boss, and he's like, "Is your name Graham?" And he was like, "Yes," and he's like, "I've been calling you Stuart for years," and he was like, "I know, I just responded to it," and so we all had a big laugh about it. Guy's haircut was finished. He paid up. He's leaving out. He's like, "I'll see you later, buddy." Turns to the boss. "See you later, Stuart," and walked out. And he has still to this day still calls him Stuart. It's never going away.
No, that's sticking. Yeah.
But yeah, I love your streams.
I dropped the seed as well. I did drop the seed to you, Mike, when I said, "Oh, I kept calling him Justin," on the hope if I kept mentioning it to you, you would maybe do it by accident.
Yeah. I've like written it down like multiple times, like George.
I knew I had to do it. But I had to bring it up. It was too good not to.
But yeah, Jordan, I was just going to say, like, your streams, I absolutely love them because like I've sent it to loads of people as well. I feel like you're the kindest person on TikTok, especially when you come to the streams, because you know you come across some streamers that are just arsey with the chat, and you're a complete the complete opposite, and you make sure that everybody's fine and dandy. You always ask how everybody's day's been. So whatever you're doing, it's working, mate. And honestly, it's so refreshing, like to just come into your stream and just just be part of it.
I appreciate that, man. I try to make. What I've tried to do with the streams is when we play video games, it is a form of escapism. And that is exactly that. Video games are escapism. It's the same as when you watch a movie, when you read a book, when you listen to music. You are removing yourself from the realities of the world just for a short time. And that's why whenever I am streaming, if anybody is coming in and they just want to forget their troubles and goof off for a little bit and geek out over video games, that's why it's always the focus. It's why I don't allow for a lot of things within my community, within the streams. I've always said, like, especially if there's a football match on, there's no football. There's no, please don't start arguing over shit, please. And no politics. Just keep all of that away. Just keep it as an area where people can come in and they can talk about things that they enjoy and they can escape reality for a little bit. And that's also why I try to make sure that I can chat away to a fucking blue bottle just flew almost into my ear there. I left the window open for 5 fucking minutes. Sorry. But it's one of the reasons why I always try to make a point to chat to everybody who comes into the streams as well, because I had realized I got a few DMs, and it was something that and a few times almost made me tear up quite a few times, because I got a few DMs from people that are like, your streams have made a huge difference. Like they've like folks who've been having a really tough time, maybe some folks who they can't get out and about as much and they're feeling lonely, but they've came in and they found a place where they can chat away to people, and they've got a bit of company, you know what I mean? So that's why I always try, if the chat's moving quick, and I make sure to tell people as well, if I miss your comment, don't worry about spamming it again and again. I will, if I see it, I will respond. If I realise I've missed a turn, I'll scroll back through and try and make sure that I can engage with that. 'Cause I never want anyone to feel left out. Everybody's here to enjoy the same thing. Everybody deserves a seat at the table.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well said. Yeah.
And that's something I was wanting to ask you about as well, because I know I've had that, and I think Mike's had it as well, where you have done a stream and people have maybe reached out to you after it. How did that make you feel? I don't think you realise the impact until that happens, though, eh? I certainly never.
No, you don't. I thought I had the notion that I had in my head was that this was like just kind of goofy, fun entertainment for people. You know what I mean? They can kill 5 minutes. Sometimes people might hang around for half an hour, and I thought that's incredible. Someone sat and watched the stream for half an hour, and they were content. You know what I mean? But yeah, when those kind of messages started rolling in, I was amazed, frankly. And especially, I think at the point where I started doing this, a lot of things were kind of going wrong in my life, and that elevated like my mood quite a bit. Where I was like, you know what? As much as things are going wrong, I'm doing something that's positive for a lot of people, and it's a really nice feeling. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not out, you know, digging new roads or fucking building housing, you know what I mean? At the very least, like for a streamer, they can provide company for someone for a little while, and that can be more important than a lot of things. I think it's a big deal, and I think a lot of streamers should cut themselves some slack, even if you're not doing too well. If you've got that, like, let's say you've got one streamer, you could absolutely change that day for that. Well, sorry, if you've got one viewer while you're streaming, you could completely change that person's day just by giving them a little bit of company. And I think it does make a big difference. It does make a big difference for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. Well said.
And I know that you're quite creative as well. I've seen, well, we've all seen the rugs that you've been making, and I think I did like a duet or something, just to say, you know, it's quite surprising to see how many people that are gamers are also quite creative as well. But yeah, the rugs that you've been making, they're awesome. And what made you want to start that off?
I was scrolling. I was having a scroll through. I can't remember if it was YouTube or TikTok, whether it was the shorts or whether it was TikTok. But I remember seeing a guy just unpacking this machine. I was like, "The fuck is that?" And then he loaded like yarn into it, and I was like, "Okay, right now I need to watch. I need to see what he's doing." But he made like a small rug, and I was like, "That's fucking awesome." I want to do that. And immediately I started getting all these ideas of like, I could do like there could fucking Pokemon ones and a Spyro one, and some of them a little bit too ambitious. It turns out it's kind of it is very time consuming, but and quite expensive to make them as well. But if you did you see it?
Getting terrorised here.
I'm getting fucking terrorised, man, by a blue. But I opened the window for 5 minutes. It's 25 degrees outside, right? And I don't know if you can tell by the sweat on my forehead, right? It's about 30 degrees in this room. I opened the window for 5 minutes to cool it down before this, and that fucker's got in, man. I can't. Where I live near a big area of woodland, and if you open a door, you're gonna have the cast of A Bug's Life come in with a so. But no, sorry again, random tangent. But the rugs, it was something that I had a lot of ideas about, and I remember I kept talking like, I'm gonna give that a try. And you guys know Secretary Stevie. He's always in my lives. He's one of my best friends. we were two best friends, Lou Audio and Secretary Stevie. I had mentioned it, and he was like, "All right, that sounds cool." Christmas came around, and he sent me a message. Got something for you, and he had actually bought me the machine.
Wow,
nice.
As a Christmas gift. And I was like, dude, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, get it started. So I bought the frame, and I started looking up just like simple video game characters. The first one I came up with was Toad, because there's like, I figured that's easy enough. And then moved on to Sonic, and then did the Crash Bandicoot one. The next one I want to do is it's not video game related, but you know that Homer Simpson when he's like disappearing through the hedge.
Oh yeah.
I want to do one of those. The issue I've got right now is trying to get white acrylic yarn and black acrylic yarn. Oddly enough, the two most common colours are quite difficult to find at a reasonable price at this current moment.
And how long does it normally take you to do a rug?
It kind of depends. The first time, like the Toad one, I did it in one day, but I have, I don't know how well it will show up on camera.
Oh, yeah.
I have a hand-arm vibration syndrome from years of using clippers.
Mm.
And what tends to, if I really focus, I can keep it still. But what happens is the vibration of tools causes damage to the nerves, and your fingers end up going numb. But not only do they go numb, they go freezing cold as well. So for a while after the Toad rug, because I had like a busy day and work, tons of haircuts, and then I did that whole rug in one day, like two of my fingers went completely numb, so I had to sit in game with like magic gloves on for like a fucking week after it to keep my hands warm.
Wow.
Because they had just went completely numb. So I try to break it up. You're only supposed to use vibrating tools for so long. Like it's like 15 minutes, and then you take a 10-minute break. Because of that, with having this, it can take quite a while. And I usually break it up over multiple days. And because I don't have that free of a schedule, it can take quite a while. I think if I was to total it all together, maybe the Crash rug might have taken about 9 to 10 hours. The Sonic rug, maybe about 8 to 9 hours. And the Toad rug, if I'm going for like just hours worked, the Toad rug, maybe about 6 or 7 hours. Thereabouts. You can do it a bit quicker if you've not been an idiot like me and irreparably damaged part of your body, you know what I mean? But I keep picking hobbies that seem to exacerbate issues. I don't have a car either. I've got a motorcycle, so that's going to be fun when I get that running. And that's like additional.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
That's mad, like.
Do I need to hide the can?
No,
No.
I don't
We're
think
all
so.
Right, okay. I'm just that used to the fucking to using the mug that it's. In fact, I'm going to pour it in anyway because if my mustache gets stuck in the ring pull of the can, man, I'm going to scream.
It's a killer, that, isn't it?
It's brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal. It happened one time on Twitch, and it was one of the most embarrassing things that I think's ever happened to me, because it was like it had to be one of the nights that was like one of the busier nights on stream, and I took a swig of, it was a can of Tennants, took a swig of it, and it caught my mustache, and it caught multiple hairs of my mustache and pulled it forward. I was just like, and
Like the Tom and Jerry scream.
And thankfully, no one thought to clip it, so that doesn't exist anymore. It's not on the internet.
Cool. Are you playing anything?
You go to take a bite of a chocolate eclair as well. You ever done that? And you take a bite of a chocolate eclair, then it's a cream, and all you can smell, even though you wash your moustache, you can just smell cream, and it's horrible.
It never goes away. It's just there permanently. It was the same when I used to smoke years ago, and I remember like that, like going out. And this was just when I had like kind of heavy stubble, and I could smell it on my butt, on like the stubble on my upper lip. I was like, I need to stop this, and I just that was when I quit, because the stank on a mustache is different level.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been playing anything recently? Anything new or old or?
Recently, I've been jumping through a few different ones. I went back to Bully, to Canis Canem Edit, for those who are about to get angry about me calling it Bully. But I went back to that because I played it a few months back, but it's one of those. It's for whatever reason, whenever summer starts winding down, I have a craving to play that game. It's summer, and it's like it feels like a summer, late summer, early autumn type game. And I was playing that. I was also playing the, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time.
I love that.
Have you guys
game.
ever played that?
Yeah,
it's good.
I missed out on that completely. Like entirely. I bypassed that completely throughout my childhood, and when I got it and started playing it, I'm like, I feel bad for young me because it's such a good game.
Yeah, you can literally lose hours in. No pun intended, but you can literally lose hours in that game. So good.
100%. It's so good, man, and it's one of those that I keep coming back to. I started a new game recently because I streamed it for a little bit, and I can't remember exactly why I ended up on something different. But I tried to come back. I took a few days off of it, and I tried to come back to it last night, and I can't remember what the fuck I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to need to sit and look up a tutorial, try to remember what I did last, and then look up a tutorial and see what it is that I'm supposed to do next, because I'm just fucking lost. And I feel a lot of like the early PS1 games just give you no direction on what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's just, here is the video game, enjoy. There's like, you get like a lengthy tutorial at the start as well, but there's like little indication as to like what's available, because you can see when you go to like the start of the world, you can see there's clocks available, there's carrots available. It doesn't tell you what's available with your current skill set in the game, because you need to unlock certain things. There's a lot of backtracking, which I felt was like I know why they did it. I don't want to call it lazy, but it seemed like a way to. It's fucking lazy. It was lazy. It was a way. It was a way to fill a game out. Instead of making new fucking levels, you make me travel 6 levels deep and then go back to the first fucking level so that I can reach a tiny section of the, like, a little one singular platform on that level to get a collectible that I need to progress in the fucking game. And I don't know which ones I can go back to now. So now what I need to do is go through every single fucking level from start to finish and find out what I'm supposed to be fucking doing. I think next time I play like one of those old PS1 collectathons, every time I finish it up, I am going to turn to the camera on stream and state exactly what it is that I need to do in the next playthrough, and then download that video so that when I boot everything up, I can just look and say, right, that's what I'm supposed to do. How did we survive?
I know.
I think that's why a lot of retro video games are so rare, because people threw them out of frustration.
I'll just mention one game, the driver tutorial level. It didn't tell you what you needed to do. It just gave you a list of things to do, and you're just like, what is I forgot what they called it now. Yeah, completely forgot. It's a random word, and you're just like, what does that mean? And back then we didn't have the internet or anything like that, did we? So you just had to figure it out, didn't you? You
just had to go for it. That is a masterclass on how not to make a video game, because how are you gonna design a video game where the fucking tutorial is more difficult than any boss fight in any video game? Like that should have been the end of the video game, where people like can't get fucking past the end of it. I want to see I can't get into the actual game. I physically cannot get into the actual game. I've bounced 3 PS1 controllers off of the fucking CRT screen, and they have not survived it. And now the game is in Game Station, where I have traded it in for a copy of Spyro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never beat it either. I've generally never got out the car park. I've got within about 3 of the objectives. That's the closest I think I've got, and then I was like, "Fuck this! I can't handle the stress. I'll go and play FIFA and get my FIFA rage." That's the only thing that meets it for getting me angry. Like, it's unbelievable.
And you had the nerve to say Ghost and Goblins was a difficult game. That's like,
That's
but people can get past the first level.
yeah.
No
Yeah.
one's getting even past the tutorial for Driver.
Have you ever actually played a driver on stream though? So like I had done it a couple of times with a game stick to try and get out it, and see when you've got people backseating telling, "Oh, you do this, it's so easy," and that winds you up even more because you're like, these people seem to think it's so easy to get out of it, and you're sitting there fucking struggling with like people watching you as well. So yeah, never stream it. Never stream it.
I am so gonna stream it and just get my. If I can get my blood pressure to a certain level, I believe I will either beat the demo or become so unwell that I don't need to worry about beating the demo or the tutorial rather.
So you've heard it here first, folks. So yeah, we'll be expecting that stream there.
I lied about everything. That's not going to happen. No, I'll do it.
Cool, awesome. Well, obviously we've got 2 Scotsmen on the podcast on this episode, and I'm from Yorkshire. So, and to be honest, I've never been to Scotland. I really do want to come to Scotland, but I thought it'd be good to test you 2 on how well you know your Scottish roots to find out who is the ultimate Scotsman out of the 2 of you. So I've made a little quiz. Basically, I'm going to read a question out. You've got to give me the answer. And I thought what we could do, rather than just somebody shouting the answer out straight away, what I'll do is I'll pass it to you first, Jord, and I'll give you the question, and you can choose to play or pass after I've read the question.
Okay.
If you think you know the answer and you get it right, I'll then ask you a second question. If you get it wrong, I'll pass it to Dylan. Or if you think I don't want to embarrass myself and give the wrong answer, I'm just going to pass it to Dylan, and hopefully he'll get it wrong and embarrass himself.
Guaranteed.
And at the end, I'm going to make a tally of all the points, what you've got correct, and hopefully by the end we'll find out who is the ultimate Scotsman. Does that sound good?
We have an Englishman pitting 2 Scots against each other. This is colluding all over again. This is fucking history repeating itself. Right? Okay. No, let's go for it. You're a northerner. We're kinsmen, so let's go for it.
That's it. Sweet. Okay. Right then. So the first question for you, Jord. Since you're our guest, I'll ask you the question first. Some are really easy. Some are ridiculously. Well, I'll say easy. If I know it, then hopefully you guys should know it. So your first question, Jord, is what is the capital city of Scotland?
Officially. No, I don't want to. Edinburgh.
Are you going to play or pass?
Edinburgh.
Yes. Well done. Like I said, some of these are super easy. Like, right, the second question.
It needs to be Glasgow, though.
Yeah, to be honest, for years I thought Glasgow was the capital.
In fact, I might take it back because Edinburgh is a little bit cleaner. We'll go with Edinburgh. We'll put our best foot forward.
Believe it or not, back in the day, Dunfermline used to be the capital of Scotland, which is my hometown. One point, Dunfermline, yeah, at one point. That's where Robert the Bruce is buried and everything, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Big history. Yeah, big history. He's buried at the Abbey. Well, part of him anyway. But yeah,
wow.
Bit of random knowledge there for you.
You're just giving fear to Jord because she's like, if he knows that, what does he know?
I was hoping that was going to be a question.
Right then, Jord. So you got that one right. So here's your second question. Which famous Scottish poet wrote Auld Lang Syne?
Rabbie Burns.
Correct. See, I didn't know that one. Your third question is, what is the name of the monster said to inhabit Loch Ness?
Nessie.
Yeah. Number 4. Which Scottish city is known as the Granite City?
Aberdeen.
Are you getting these right as well, Dylan?
So far, yeah. This
Yeah.
is why I'm worried now, because if these are the easy ones, it's going to get punted to me for the hard ones.
Right. Question 5. What is the traditional Scottish garment worn by men that resembles a skirt?
A kilt. It's called a kilt because we killed the last guy that called it a skirt.
Yeah.
I like that. Right, number 6. It's going to get a bit trickier now. Which battle in 1314 was a significant Scottish victory against the English?
Battle of Bannockburn.
Well done. He's got 6 points here already.
I know I'm getting destroyed.
Number 7. What is the name of this? Wait. What is the name of Scotland's national dish made from sheep's offal, oats?
Haggis.
Yes. Number 8. Which Scottish island group includes Skye, Mull, and is it Islay? Islay?
The Inner Hebrides.
He's good, Dylan. He's good.
Yes.
Who was a Scottish king famously portrayed by Mel Gibson in the film Braveheart?
Sorry. Oh no, wait. He's
maybe made a mistake here, Mike.
He's not a king.
He was never a king.
He was never a king.
That was a trick question. Well done, you got a put there. All right. Who was the Scottish guy famously portrayed by Mel Gibson in the film Braveheart?
William Wallace.
That'll teach me for going onto Google and finding quizzes.
Robert the Bruce was the king at the time.
Right. So this is question 10. If you get this right, technically you're on a draw. So it's up to you if you want to maybe see how many Dylan can get out of 10 after this question. And if you get this next one right and you've got 10 questions right, if he gets one wrong in the next 10, you're the true Scotsman.
Or if he gets to 10, then it's like a sudden death round.
Yeah.
All right, go for it. Let's do it.
Cool. So this is your 10th and final question.
Right.
What is the name of the Scottish celebration held on January 25th to honour Robert Burns?
Burns Night.
He's got it, Dylan. 10 for 10.
Dylan, I am sorry. He's going to hit you with a difficult shit.
I know. This is where I'm going to get absolutely embarrassed because I'm going to get none of these. So this is where I'm going to say that I'm part Italian, so I'm going to blame my Italian side that I'm not 100% true Scottish. My wife calls me I'm a mongrel. That's what she calls me because I'm not a full bred Scottish.
He's going to ask you, who was it that said they're mounted on his grey mare meg, a better never lifted leg, or some obscure shit like that? That's what's going to happen.
Right then, Dylan, your first question.
Oh no!
Sudden death. Which flower is the national emblem of Scotland?
Oh, the thistle.
Yes.
Oh, I've got one. I'm happy I've got one.
What is the name of the Scottish Parliament building located in Edinburgh?
Oh, Holyrood Palace.
Holyrood. Yep.
Holyrood.
Number 3. Which Scottish scientist is credited with discovering penicillin?
Oh, I saw this other day too. Who is it again? Oh shit!
I think Joe knows this one.
See, I think I'm going to say the name, and it's not going to be the right one because it's not Alexander Graham Bell, is it? No.
Close. It's not Graham Bell.
What is it again?
Wait, Joe, are you Googling?
I can't remember. I've only just heard this other day too. No, I can't remember.
He's on the £5 note, man.
No.
The Scottish £5 note. It's oh wait, Joe, do you want to give it?
Oh, no. It's totally gone.
Alexander Fleming.
Yeah, Alexander Fleming.
No, I wouldn't have got that.
He's got them big sideburns, man. He's got them mutton chops. Guy was a baller.
Yeah.
It was an accidental
here.
What was that?
It was an accidental discovery.
Oh, the penicillin?
Yeah, he'd accidentally introduced a fungus into a petri dish where he was cultivating, I think, like a like some infectious disease, and he realised that the fungus was killing the infectious disease, and he was like, "The fuck is this?" And then that's how we got antibiotics.
Bloody hell.
Mm.
There we go. Learn something new every day. Right, your fourth question then. What is the name of the Scottish mountain that is the highest in the UK?
Oh, it's Ben Nevis, yeah.
Yeah, Ben Nevis. Number 5. Which famous Scottish actor played James Bond in 7 films?
Mr. Connery. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Fish money penny.
Number 6. What is the name of the Scottish festival that celebrates the new year?
Hogmanay.
Hogmanay. Number 7. Which Scottish city is home to the famous Royal and Ancient Golf Club?
Oh, it's like Glen Eagles, St Andrews or St Andrews.
Yeah, St Andrews. Yeah. Number 8. What is the name of the Scottish dish made with smoked haddocks, potatoes, and onions in a creamy soup?
Oh, it's Cullen skink, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Cullen. It's good. It's
Yes.
nice. It sounds disgusting, but it's really good.
It's beautiful.
It is good. Yeah.
never
It's
heard
so
of it
nice.
and never had it.
Oh, it's good.
Dude, you need to give it a
With
try,
thick
man.
bread.
Same with haggis. Have you ever had haggis?
I've had haggis before. Yeah, yeah. I worked at like a carvery at some point, and there was I think it was for the Scottish New Year, and they brought loads of haggis in, and I thought it don't look too good, but it does taste good.
You need to try it. You need to try it like they used to do like little towers where it was like haggis on the bottom and then potato and then turnip, but they do it in like a cookie cutter. So it's like a little tower, and then they put like whiskey sauce over the top of it. And, oh man, fucking beautiful!
It's banging.
Good.
It is good.
Banging. Or creamed leeks.
Banging.
Either that or the creamed leeks, one or the other. But dynamite.
Or a haggis supper at the chippy.
Mate, I had one the other week, man. You
Haggis supper.
need to drown it in the brown
it's
sauce. So
brilliant.
you got to get the HP sauce on it.
Because it can be quite dry if you don't, but yeah, loads of sauce on it, vinegar, salt. Oh, it's brilliant.
What's a haggis supper?
It's basically fried, so it's like a haggis, and it comes like like you'd have like a smoked sausage or something.
Oh, yeah.
In batter. So it's the haggis is basically all in batter. Fry it, and then just lobbed brown sauce on it. Oh, it's delicacy, like
That does
so
sound
good.
It's why the life expectancy is 54. Up here for that. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Fry everything. Have you ever even tried like a fried pizza? Have you get the fried pizza slice? Have you? I don't. You'll get them down there, do you?
No.
So you basically, like the. So we used to get them where it's like the frozen pizzas, like the cheese and tomato pizzas. So the sort of good ones. What they'll do is they'll cut them in half and put them in the fryer, so they'll come out like dead crispy. It's basically a heart attack on a plate. It's like seemingly the worst thing you can have at the chippy, but oh, it's so good. It is so good. Like,
What about the pizza crunch? Are you big on the pizza crunch?
I like them as well.
The pizza crunch is effectively that, but what they do is they dip it in batter and then they put it in the deep fat fryer.
Yeah, nice.
And you put
that.
And it seems weird, like you were saying, putting vinegar and salt on something that was originally a pizza. But it's so fucking good. That's why the Tartan Army. And I'm not sure if you're one of the ones that did it, but when Scotland played Italy, they were singing "Deep fry your pizzas. We're going to deep fry your pizzas."
Well, Dylan's part Italian, so I don't know. Did you take offence to that? Or?
No, anytime it's Scotland, Italy, I always support Scotland. So it's only when Scotland don't make it to a championship, I have to jump ship and support Italy because they usually do.
Rightfully so.
Right, you got 2 more questions. So question 9 for you, Dylan, is which Scottish island is known for its whiskey distilleries and is nicknamed Whiskey Island?
Oh, now wait a minute. It's not Isla, that is it? No, it's Isla.
Yeah.
My brother's been up there a few times. He always comes back with loads of different whiskies, so I should have got that.
Isla's where Lafroig is from, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah,
Lafroig. That strong stuff, that like
dangerous.
Yeah, very
dangerous.
Right, your final question, Dylan. Which famous Scottish engineer improved the steam engine and has a unit of power named after him?
Improve the steam engine. I'm going to have to pass that one, right? A unit of power after him.
So which famous Scottish engineer improved the steam engine and has a unit of power named after him?
I would have to pass that one. I'm not sure.
What would you say, Jord?
No, you've got me stumped
No.
here. Hang on. A unit of power. See, my mind went to newtons, but that's not a unit of power. That's a unit of. I think like horsepower.
There's only one sort of engineer guy I know, and it's like, and it won't be right, but he's from the Dunfermline area. Is Andrew Carnegie, because he done a lot of stuff with trains and everything. But it's a unit of power bit that's I don't know. If you hadn't said the unit of power, that would have been my guess, but I don't know.
Shall I give you the answer?
Yeah.
It's somebody called James Watt. W-A-T-T.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Right, okay, right, fucking hell. Right, okay, right, sorry. When you said unit of power, I thought like power is an accelerations because you said steam trains, man, and I'm sitting there going, I'm trying to think of like stuff that's related to speed and okay. That's fine. That's my own stupidity.
But it paid off, Jord. You are the ultimate Scotsman with 11 points, and Dylan with 8 points. So congratulations! You can now put that in your TikTok bio. I beat Retro Sega at a Scottish quiz.
I am sharing this victory with Retro Sega, right? Because he has been to more Scotland games than I have. Although I have actually played football with them.
Oh, really?
Yes. When I was primary 7, believe it or not, there was a competition that was held among primary schools, and I was I was in primary 6. We were in a composite class, so there was half of them were primary 7, half were primary 6, and there was a competition. And it was to draw a member of the Scottish football team, and the best drawn that would be voted on, they got to go to Hampden and they got to play. They got to play football. They got to watch the Scotland team train, and they got to play football with a few members of the Scotland team. So
I love that.
One of the girls in my class won. She drew Barry Ferguson. She won it. I've got his autograph. It's in a little book somewhere in the house. I've got a bunch of their autographs. I don't know who the fuck they are, because a lot of them just look like scribbles. You know what I mean? I should have noted down who the fuck it was that did each one of them. But I got a bunch of their autographs, and then we got to like play like a bunch of like football related games with the Scotland team, and I scored a crossbar and in against the Scottish goalkeeper at the time. And I felt super proud of myself because this man took no prisoners, man. He saved a bunch of goals from other people. It turns out I was just really shite at football and kind of fell as I was taking the kick, and it fucking hit the crossbar and it went in, and I don't think he was expecting it. But no,
that's class.
We're sharing this victory, man.
That was brilliant, man.
Excellent.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a swig as well.
Slanger.
Excellent. Well, that's the Scottish quiz. So we do have a few more quizzes. I thought, it's first episode back, and me and Dylan are notorious for doing a quiz and trying to test our knowledge on things. So, I've created a quiz called Fade or Final Boss, and obviously 8BitBarber, you are a barber, and
I love this idea.
and you do love playing your retro games. So
I do indeed.
So the aim of this game is I'm going to tell you something, and it might be a type of fade, as in a haircut fade, or it could be a boss within a video game, and it's down to you to tell us whether you think it's a haircut fade or a type of boss in a video game. So you've got an opportunity to get 2 points per question. If it's a video game character or boss, if you can tell me which game they're from as well, because I'll be telling you a character's name.
Right.
If you can tell me which game they're from, you'll get a bonus point as well.
Right, I'm looking forward to this.
And before I reveal the answer, maybe Dylan, if you want to put your 2 pennies worth in and just let us know.
I've not heard these. Mike
Yeah,
made this up, so I have not heard this. So yeah, I'll play along as well. I'll have no chance, but I'll definitely play along.
Right then. So I've never got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 8 altogether. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dylan, are you ready?
I'm ready to rock.
Right then. So the first one is something called a pompadour fade. Is that a type of haircut fade, or is it a boss in a video game?
It is a type of haircut. It is the quintessential Italian leather biker jacket, snap the fingers down the alleyway, wearing jeans, pulling out a switchblade type haircut. Elvis wore a pompadour.
Dylan, would you have got that?
Never heard it being called a fade, but I know of it because I know you get like the Brill Cream stuff that does the effect for it and everything.
And they call it pomade.
Yeah, that's the only reason I would. But I never knew it was called a fade. I just knew the pompadour haircut. However you say it, I can't say. I said pompadour.
It's technically not a fade. A fade is, well, most haircuts, I guess, could kind of be considered fades, but most of the time when you're talking fades, you're talking something that goes from a 1 or lower into that you graduate outwards. You know what I mean? But it's you can still call it a fade.
So, see, I've got no idea about haircuts because I'm bald mainly. But you know, if some of these I've called them a fade, we can just assume it's a type of haircut, maybe.
Yeah.
Just to save me any embarrassment. Right then. Yeah, correct. That is a type of fade / haircut. I've got noted here a classic voluminous hairstyle, which I think is pretty much what you described. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. The next one is something called a Sephiroth fade.
That is a video game character. That is from Final Fantasy 7 or 8. Fuck. I think it's 7.
Is that your final answer?
I hope not. I think it might be. I think it's Final Fantasy 7. I'm almost certain.
You would be correct, sir. So yeah.
Oh, well done.
It is a boss, and you named the game, so you got an extra bonus point. Well done. Right, the next one is something called a burst fade.
That is a haircut. It is very similar to a modern mullet, where you would take like the bald line kind of goes around there. This area would be faded out, but the back area behind the ear is not so much faded out. You know what I mean? So it kind of graduates to become like a solid line around the back. That is a burst fade.
Would you have got that, Dylan?
No, I wouldn't have got the one before it either. No. Just being honest.
Yeah, so the burst fade, I've got noted a type of fade haircut around the ears. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yep. The next one is called a Zangief fade.
Fuck.
It could be pronounced Zangief, but I think it's Zangief. Zangief.
Zangief fade. Unless it's a synonym for something else, I'm gonna assume that it's video game related. But I couldn't tell you what.
What about you, Dylan? What do you think?
The only thing I know that Zangief is out of Street Fighter. And that would be my guess. Would be a video game just because it sounds like Zangief Street Fighter. But he's technically not a final boss, so that's the only thing. So I would guess video game.
Yeah, so correct. It is a video game, and you got the game right as well. So yeah, I guess technically some of these aren't final bosses as well. So, but it just sounded good that it just rolls off the tongue. Fade or final boss. If I said haircut or fade or a boss within a, I don't know. But yeah,
the frustrating part about that is that does, especially as a barber, that sounds exactly like the fucking, like the kind of thing that someone would walk in. Can you do a Zangief fade? Like, what the fuck is that? And then they show me it, and it's just a low taper fade, and I'm like, dude, fuck you, man, fuck you. Like, you could have just said a low taper fade. Fuck you. Yes, I can. Of course, I can.
Then they show you a picture
That's
of
the
Zangief.
question. Just what we're talking about here. Have you ever cut someone's hair and they've not liked it? Has that ever happened?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. An Irish guy who was balding, who didn't know what he got for his haircut and made it my problem the whole fucking time. He came in with an attitude. Like, immediately when he came in, he sat down and he just sat, and I was like, what am I doing for you today, pal? And he was like, well, I don't know what I get. And I was like, okay. Can you pull your collar down so I can put the cape on? Like, and it pulls his collar down, and I put the cape on, and then I was like, okay, what do you, how would you describe it? I don't know. I'm like, oh, all right. And then I was like, is it like a, he was like, I think it's like a fade. Like, okay. I done 3 haircuts on this prick. 3 fucking haircuts, right? See the amount of fucking money I lost because of this dickhead. And I remember him standing, and he went, "Don't cut too much off the top because I'm going bald." When I tell you, going bald is not the way I would have described this guy's situation, right? He had fucking nothing, but he wanted this straight cut fucking break fringe with a fade round the side. It's not for you, my guy. It's not for you. It's over, bro. Give it up. Either go to Turkey or fucking, or just, you know what I mean? See sense. But he made it my problem the entire fucking time. And he kept sunglasses on the top of his head. And I remember I was like, could you take them off? Because they're like behind your ears and they're in my way. And he took them off and he threw them onto my, onto like my little desk. Don't let me forget them. And I have never came close to stabbing someone before. But in that instance, I'm like, I'm holding sharp things, bro.
Yeah.
You're fucking winding me up. And afterwards, he went, yeah, that's fine. And then he just like literally threw the money down on the counter and just walked off. And I hope his next shit is a hedgehog. That's the only time it's happened. The only time it's happened.
Jeez.
Thing is, you've given him 3 haircuts, but you only charged him once.
3 haircuts, charged him once. He changed his mind once, multiple times. I showed him like the guards. I was like, "Is it this that you get on the sides?" I don't know. Just try it. And I did it, and I'm like, "Is this man fucking using me to experiment with different fucking haircuts? What a dick!" And eventually, we settled on a 00, which is when you use the detailer that you use to go around the ears. Yeah. Right. That cuts slightly shorter, or quite a bit shorter than the 0 that you get on. If you were just to take the guard off of a set of clippers, right, the detailer cuts shorter than that. That's what we landed on. He didn't want it any shorter than that, which would be the foil trimmer. But yeah, that's the only time that I ever experienced that. And I remember after it going, like, I'm going to go get myself like a can of juice. I just said to the gaffer, I'm walking. I'm going to go get a can of juice because if another one of those walks in, like another character like that, I'm done with fucking with quirkiness for today. I'm going to end up in the cells for the weekends if that happens again, man. There'll the old Glasgow kiss will be introduced. Oh, yeah,
brilliant.
yeah, it can't happen. It can't happen.
Oh dear. Right, the next one is a Ganon fade.
Zelda. Zelda.
Correct. Yes. So it's not a type of haircut. It is a boss or villain from the Legend of Zelda. Yeah.
Specifically, I think the first 3 games. Was it the first 3 or the first 4 where he was Ganon before he became Ganondorf?
I'm not sure. To be completely honest, I've never played a Zelda game.
Oh, dude,
Me neither. Me
no, you're kidding me.
If you want to leave now, then that's
No,
we understand.
no. Because how then? Oh, but Frampton's gonna fucking love this, right? You need to give them a try. They're so much fucking fun. You've got like the old NES, the first 2 NES ones. They're superb. The first one's like that kind of top down, semi isometric type deal. Superb. 10 out of 10. Second one was a side scroller. I liked it slightly less. It was still fun. You've got the SNES one, and there was a Game Boy one after that. So I think there was 4 up until the point where it hit the N64. When it hit the N64, that game, and you owe it to yourself to play it, because that game, along with Mario 64, became the basis of 3D movement and video games. Like that became the industry standard, and you should absolutely give it a try. Use a walkthrough for the water temple and probably for a few of the temples, because they had not figured out how to do a proper, like, let you know what you're supposed to be fucking doing type deal at that point. But no, give them a try, man. Fuck, give the Zelda games a try.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know about you, Dylan, but like I started off on like Mega Drive, and then from Mega Drive I just jumped straight to PlayStation. So never really touched a Nintendo. So many Nintendo games or N64 games, SNES and that, I just never touched, unless I'd like go to my mate's house and they had it. But yeah, I've never really, like, I might have turned Legend of Zelda on, or a Zelda game on for like 5 minutes just to test it on, on the emulators and stuff, but that's about it, really.
See,
I was pretty much the same. Yeah, I was the same.
Exactly the same to that. So Zelda was one that kind of bypassed me, but it wasn't until it was maybe in my early 20s when I started reaccumulating old retro games, and I got an opportunity to get the first Zelda game that I ever played beyond like literally just a few minutes, as you say, so you just messing around with it and going, oh, all right, cool, video game, and then leaving it. The first one that I ever properly sat down and played was Ocarina of Time. And it was because I remember I'd watched, I think it was Game Grumps, and they had played Ocarina of Time, and I was like, this looks fun. Like, I can't believe I've missed this. And I was in my 20s at the time. I was in my 20s, early 20s, like I was 21 years old. I went to CEX, there was a copy of it, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll get it. Because I dug my N64 out. This was just when I was starting to dig things back out, you know what I mean? I wasn't just playing, I wasn't just playing like the occasional SNES game. I found the N64 as well. I found fucking, I got a PS2 and was playing PS1 games. But I got it, and I lost days on this, man. I used to, like, literally multiple... I finished work, go to the gym, come home from the gym, and then just fire up Ocarina of Time, and it was brilliant, dude. It was brilliant, and a lot of the time I did have to get my phone out, and like I need to find a walkthrough, because this is difficult as fuck. No, give it a try. Give it a try. You guys are missing out, man. That's like the incredible fucking series. And by the look, I've not played any of the newer ones, but by the look of things, because I don't have a Switch, but by the look of things, the newer ones look brilliant, man.
The graphics on them look immense on the
Yeah.
newer ones. Like, they look really good.
So I've got is it Breath of the Wild? I've got that on Switch, but I've never played it.
That's the. I think that was GameCube. That
Oh,
was
the
the
game.
That was
Oh
the
yeah.
GameCube.
What's the one for Switch? The first one that came out. It's on the
Fuck me.
shelf as well.
Now
Huh?
you're asking. You've got it.
I've got
You've
it.
got
Yeah, I got it with when I bought the Switch. It came with the Switch,
Right. Okay.
but we just banged on Mario Kart because that's all we wanted to play because it was around Christmas time and family were around. But yeah, I just never got around to playing it.
Oh, dude, play them, man. Honestly, they're games that you can just get yourself like a hot chocolate or something like that. You know what I mean? And just put your feet up and just put them on and just have a good time with it. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
Okay, I think that's what we need to do, Dylan, to redeem ourselves. Play some Zelda.
I know. There's so many games like classics that I need to do that way as well. So, like I say, I've never played a Final Fantasy in that either. So I've got my list. I just never get round to them.
It's a big list, isn't it? I'm saying
it is. It's getting bigger as well.
I've got all these games on shelves, and I've probably only played about 20% of them, which is really bad. I just need time. I just need to not have a job and still get paid for whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway,
I know the feeling.
We digress. The next one is a drop fade.
A drop fade. That is a haircut.
Correct. And I've got noted here a fade that drops behind the ears. That sound right?
Yeah. It's kind of you take it like it's kind of like a line. It's that would kind of go. It's your standard fade, but see, instead of going like from like the eyebrow across, you would take it from like slightly higher and you go down at an angle.
Okay. Cool. Right, we've got two more left. The next one is called a vamp fade.
A vamp fade. If I find out if someone comes into the barbers and asks for a vamp fade, I'm throwing hands. There's no way there's no way that's a haircut. Please tell me it's not.
So, do you think it's a video game boss?
It seems like a video game boss. I don't know which video game.
What about you, Dylan? What do you think?
I'm going to say vamp as in vampire, so it's going to be a fade like that. Like in front of a vampire's head, I'm going to go outrageous and say it's something silly like that.
That's what my hairline's turning into as well, by the way.
Like McDonald's archers. That's what I used to do like before I just gave up.
I say I'm not losing my hair, I'm just growing my forehead.
I'm going to use that, yeah. Right, vamp fade. Yeah, so that is a type of hair cut. No, I'm joking. It's a final boss. No, it's not even a final boss. It's a boss. And it's from Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. There's a character called Vamp who's actually a vampire. Right, the final one is something called a temple fade.
Temple fade. This is difficult because people do get fades around their temple where they'll just get that area faded. Fuck.
Or could it be a boss called Temple?
If it is, fuck. I'm gonna go with haircut. If there's a boss called Temple, could you send me the address of the developer who chose that? So that I can pee through the letterbox? Because that's fucking outrageous.
Yeah. What do you think, Dylan?
It's surely got to be a haircut. Like Jordan's saying, it's got to be for the temple of your head, some sort of fade for there. That's what I would have guessed anyway.
Yeah. So I've got noted here a haircut that fades at the temples.
Yeah, I thought I kind of gaslit myself into believing that it was not the case, but a lot of guys that get ponytails, they get like a kind of undercut and then they fade at the temple. So I was like, is that the case? And I'm like, that was tricky. That one, that nearly got me, man. That nearly got me.
Yes, well done. You got all of them correct, and the only one that you missed out on a bonus point was the the Vamp and Zangief one. So yeah, well done. Really good.
Dylan smashed them though. He got them, man. He got them. He was ready.
I was just looking at Jordan's face reactions to the names, and then sort of took my vibe for that. Apart from the first one, I genuinely knew the first one. The rest, I was guesses.
I need to get the poker face on. Just,
Yeah.
just this expression. Recently unhooked fish.
Sunglasses on, sunglasses and everything.
Yeah. Excellent. Well done. Cool. So yeah, Dylan, you've put a quiz together as well.
I have, yep. I've got one here. So I'm just going to total up how I'm going to do it here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 questions. The last 3, I can probably make them as 2-parters as well. So I'll maybe try and change it to try and up the points that it's worth. So we'll see how it goes.
Whatever
So
you need.
the first one, that's it. We'll try and make it as exciting as I can.
Ah, man, go for it.
So here we go. The first one. What is the speedrun record for Spyro?
I thought you were going to say
This is
Westlife Animania.
I was going to say that, but I thought you'd maybe have an unfair advantage there.
Spyro. What, the first Spyro?
The first Spyro, yeah, PS1.
Is it closest wins type thing? Or
So yeah, so if you both have a think, and then whoever's the closest, I'll ask you both to say your amounts or your time, should I say? And I don't want to hear anyone say like 3 hours 5 minutes, and then somebody says 3 hours 6
4
minutes or
minutes.
something
Yeah,
like that. That's the sort of thing I would do to wind up my daughter.
I'm wondering if there's like a caveat where someone has found an exploit to beat the game like super quick.
Is it?
I'll say I don't think that is the. I don't think they have. From the time that I can see here, I don't believe that's the case. And if it helps, the speedrun record was actually broken, and it's this year as the person's got the record, March of this year, believe it or not. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's a ridiculously fast time that they've found like a secret that's finishing it in like 5 minutes. It's not anything like that.
The Spyro, is it 100% completion, or is it just from beginning to end?
What I've seen from beginning to end is from what I've picked up from the sources that I checked anyway. From beginning to end, the speedrun record for Spyro.
So they've not had to like collect all the gems and all that? No.
No, I don't believe so anyway. No, there was nothing in that in the description.
No, just
and I double
the main
checked.
story.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I'm gonna I don't know. I feel like it's wrong, but I'm gonna say 1 hour and 51 minutes. That's what I think.
Right. Okay.
It's tricky though. So
Because I'm trying.
there's different worlds, isn't there? Obviously, you've played it quite a lot, Jord. And do you have to do every single level in the area, or can you just like do 3 out of 4 and then move on? Does it depend on like how many gems you have?
You need to get like enough gems and enough eggs in order to be able to progress.
Hot air balloon guy.
So I'm trying to think, man. I'd say, fuck, man, maybe about 2 hours 15.
So, believe it or not, the speedrun record is 1 hour 19 minutes.
No way, man.
And it was from, is it Deo Man? And that was on the 18th of March. He beat the record this year.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's...
some going that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's... I've only played a little bit of Spyro, but I played enough of it to know that that's a pretty impressive time.
That's
fairly
outrageous. I play a lot of Spyro as well. I'm thinking about that, man. That's outrageous. Because I've sat and done entire Spyro streams at like for over that time for the first Spyro game. The idea of like being able to complete it in that time, man, that's fucking incredible. hats off to him.
I think the one thing that would annoy me about the first one is just the camera angles. Like they sorted it out on Spyro 2 and 3, but on the first one, it was so hard just to get the camera angle right when you're like, especially when you're like dashing around. So I can't imagine an hour and 90 minutes.
I kind of like it. The thing is that I think that might have actually lent itself to the time, because I found that the camera angles, like using the triggers to move the camera, I always found to be more advantageous to a faster playthrough than using the analog stick. Which seems daft, but it means that all of the action buttons, your thumb never needs to leave the action buttons if you can control the camera with the left and right analogs. Another thing that pissed me off with the Spyro games was the fact that with R1 and R2, you could roll him. You could strafe.
Yeah.
Like, you could roll in different directions. Why the fuck didn't they include that in the later games, man? That's bullshit. They kept enemies with projectiles, man, and they gave us no option.
Yeah, I wonder why they took that out.
Because you think that would be something they would add in rather than taking out, eh? So it'd be something that would maybe be missing for the first game that people maybe moaned about and thought, you know what, we need to probably add this element into future games. But yeah, to take it out was strange, like.
Yeah, exactly. They had it for like the Alien Trilogy game.
Yeah.
They put in that strafe function, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ability to strafe is essential for 3D gaming. And they removed it. It's a strange thing. And don't get me wrong, that he did like a barrel roll on the ground. It wasn't the best. it wasn't like the best form of it, but it was still pretty. It was still pretty good, and especially for the time that it came out, you were like, "Fuck yes, man! We can avoid direct attacks by rolling out of the way."
Yeah, exactly.
Strange they would remove it.
So that question was actually angled a lot more towards yourself, Justin. Jordan.
How dare you? How dare you? Not again.
So this next one is maybe more so for yourself, Mike.
Okay.
I'll try to make it a little bit fair to bring it back in there. So what is the speedrun record for Metal Gear Solid on extreme difficulty?
I have no idea, Darren.
I guess it depends if they use glitches as well, because I've seen one playthrough, and I think it was about like 35 minutes, but I don't know if that was on extreme difficulty. So, oh god, I'm gonna say 45 minutes.
Yeah,
assuming they've used glitches.
What do you think, Jordan?
45 and a half. No, I'm kidding. I'll go 50.
50. So believe it or not, and I double checked this because I had to GBT it and everything as well. It was 1 hour 54 minutes.
Oh wow!
That's what it says that is the speedrun record for Metal Gear Solid on extreme difficulty.
So that sounds like they've not used any glitches. Sounds like they've actually done it. Wow.
So there we go. And that was from 2005. The record must still stand. So there's one for you to beat, Mike. Mike Solid Snake Powell has the record, believe it or not. Or Matt Solid Snake Powell. So this is the last one in the speedrun section that I've got here. And it's probably now back to yourself a little bit, Jordan. And it's because I've seen your video and I know you've played this quite a few times. But what is the speedrun record for Rugrats Search for Raptor? Or Raptor, sorry.
Oh, shit. I think that's like 15 minutes. I'm positive that's like 15 minutes.
It's not very long, is it?
Someone managed it. I can't remember, man. Someone told me this a while ago. Fuck.
We'll let you go first this time, Jordan. You can guess first, and then, Mike, you can jump in with your answer.
Or am I thinking of? Am I thinking of Jack and Daxter?
I know there's like a glitch in Jack. Is it Jack and Daxter 2? Where you can literally, I think you just like press the shoulder buttons and square and something else during a cutscene, and it takes you to the very end where the credits roll.
It's the ultimate Jack and Daxter 2 experience where you don't need to experience the fucking game and how they absolutely butchered that entire franchise. But honestly, fuck whoever did that. But no, I
I
think
would say from the time, I wouldn't think this is a glitch. From the time, I don't think this has been like a glitch. I think this is a playthrough from the time that I'm looking at. What's weird about this one though is there's not a lot of information online about it.
I'm going to say,
So I had
maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. I remember streaming Rugrats thinking, oh, this will be a good stream. And after about 45 minutes, it was done. I was like, should we put something else on? Or should we play some more Crazy Golf? Or,
you know what? I'll go. Can I go back on my answer?
If you wish, yeah.
Can I
And
say
you've not
20?
locked in yet.
20.
20, right?
20.
Is that final answer?
Yeah, that's final answer. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
all right then. I'll say 30 then. I'll go with my original.
Oh, right. You're going to kick yourself, Jordan, because it's 26 minutes.
Oh, fuck
26 minutes.
Oh.
I was going to say it was a really good guess that you had there because you were so close.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I couldn't remember if it was
minutes.
in the 20s or the 30s, man. I couldn't remember for the life of me.
Yeah,
you've done good there.
It is a pretty short game, but it's so much fun.
It's a very. I think the quickest I finished it was like 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. And that was just through collecting the Reptar bars and through like completing and skipping through the. You get extra levels in it, and a lot of people don't realize it, but a lot of them are bonus levels. So if you ever get like a notification that says bonus level, you just skip it because that doesn't give you another puzzle piece. Whereas if you enter that level as a level, it gives you a puzzle piece. If that makes sense. So if you just skip the level and just move on to the next level, you get the puzzle pieces a lot quicker. Yeah, I shot the bed with this question. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking I ruined it.
You done well though. You still guessed it there, so
you're close.
You done well. Right, so I've mixed this up a little bit. The next couple of questions, and they're actually movie themed rather than retro gaming themed. So you know I love my movies. So the first one. So this is a sort of two-part one. So you can think of your answer, and then there's a second part which I'll explain. So, which movie had the biggest opening weekend? Okay, was it Terminator, or was it RoboCop? And also, now this is UK as well, if you can give a guess to what it actually took. So how many millions Terminator took on opening weekend and how many millions RoboCop took on opening weekend. So 1 point if you get it right, the order, and then you'll get a bonus point if you get within a million, let's say, of the answer. Or actually, I'll give it closest to the answer. I'll give the point. So it's potentially 4 points up for grabs here. So you'll get a point for each.
Cool. I guess when we give the answer, we try not to give too much away because it might encourage the other person to answer the same.
That's it. So I'll ask you for the movie order first, and then I'll ask you maybe for what you think the amount was, the earnings on the opening weekend. This is UK figures as well. So I'll go first one. I'll go with yourself, Mike. Let's do that. So,
all right, okay. I would probably say Terminator.
Okay. So you're saying Terminator and then RoboCop. What would you think, Jordan?
I would probably go Terminator as well. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. So if you had to guess, I'll go Jordan. I'll go to you first. What do you think Terminator took on its opening weekend in the UK?
Opening night?
Opening weekend. So the full weekend opening at the cinema. UK.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to think as well, because when we think about like movies and the release dates, we think about them with modern numbers a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because when you hear them, when you hear the old ones, yeah, they made this much on the opening weekend, you think that's not that much, and then you adjust it for inflation, and you're
Exactly.
like, fuck, man, that made a fortune.
So I'll give you a clue. Both the answers are under 10 million, let's just say. So I'll give you a ballpark figure to work on.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 7 million.
Okay. What do you think, Mike?
So in my head, I had 10 million, but if you're saying it's under, I'll say 9 million.
Okay. And then if you had to guess for RoboCop, I'll go to you first, Mike. What do you think it took opening weekend?
Maybe 4 million.
Okay. And Jordan?
I'm gonna go 6.5.
Right. So, believe it or not, RoboCop took more on
Really?
opening weekend.
Way, man.
Yeah. So RoboCop, I'll say Terminator took 4.02 million on opening weekend.
So I got my answers wrong way around.
Yeah. And RoboCop took 8 million on opening weekend. So I would say probably who was the closest out of that? What was your guess for RoboCop?
Judd, wasn't it?
Mine was
I think it
6.5.
was. So I would probably say I'll give you that because that's pretty close compared to what we had there. And obviously I was the same though. When I saw that, I thought Terminator was way higher.
I would have thought Terminator because
yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he was big back then, weren't he?
That's kind of what I was thinking, man. I was thinking the same. Obviously, when you think
because it was his first proper big budget one as well, though. It was everything at the back of that completely catapulted him. Because I think before that, was it not? He had been in Conan the Barbarian and everything, and then Terminator was like his first big one. And because it was I think the numbers in the US were crazy, but because this was in the UK as well, obviously it maybe just didn't have as big of the impact at first until his next movies, and then they saw what it did in the States. But yeah, I was shocked at that one as well, actually.
I'm surprised by that. I should have seen that one coming, to be fair. I should have seen that one coming from you, too. Good.
So that's it. At the minute, we've got Mike, I've got you down as 1 point and Jordan on 3. So
okay,
it's coming up here. So the next one, you might see this one coming definitely, is which movie had the biggest opening weekend? Now, both of these, again, I'll give you a clue, is under 20 million.
Okay.
And these are in the UK. And it's Rocky 4 against Rambo 3.
Oh. Fuck, man.
So I'll give you a wee second to have a little think. And then I'll probably come to you first this time, Mike, for you. Did I do you first the first time, or?
You did me the first time, yeah, it's Mike this time.
Right. So I'll let you have a wee think, and then you can hazard a guess.
I'd probably say Rocky 4.
Okay. Would you agree with that, you think, Jordan? Or
Yeah.
Okay. And if you want to hazard a guess to how much you think Rocky 4 took on opening weekend in the UK, I'll go yourself, Jordan, first on this one. As I say, both the answers are under 20 million. So
under 20 million. I'm going to go 16. No. I'll go 17. I'll go 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say 17.
You can still say 17, man.
I'll say I'll take Jordan's original answer, which is 16. I'll say 16.
16.
You're probably going to win this one.
I'll tell you what this one was actually, because it came in at 19.99 million.
Should have gone higher.
So then we've got. So I would say
Jordan
again. Yeah, I think you've got that one. And then you've got Rambo 3. So Michael, come to you. How much do you think it took?
Rambo 3. 12.
Okay.
I'm assuming you could pick these because they're relatively close.
Possibly, or maybe not. It could be just a spanner in the works.
It
They were
could be.
mega.
It
Could be a
be.
big difference.
You could be on some shenanigans. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
I could be that dick. Yes.
You could. 15.5.
So Jordan's got it again. It was 16.74
Wow.
that Rambo 3 took. And you both do get a point because you'll probably have worked out by that as well. As soon as I said the 19.9, that was Rocky 4 that took the most.
Yeah.
So that is 2 points to Mike and 6 points to Jordan here. So
No chance.
what I'll say, you've got. Let's see if you can bring it back a little bit. Let's see how it goes. So the last one again is movie related, but it's video game movie related. So which movie took the biggest opening weekend in the UK? Was it Super Mario Bros, the recent one from a couple of years back? Not the one that came out in the 90s, which was also awesome, but the more recent one, and Minecraft, the movie. So which one of them do you think had the biggest opening weekend in the UK? And I'll come to yourself, Jordan, first, whenever you've had a wee think about that one.
I'm thinking based on the social media response, the level of memeing that was going on. Part of me hopes that it's Mario, but I think, especially given the demographic that we go for, I think it's Minecraft.
I was thinking the same. Yeah, I think Minecraft. Yeah.
Okay, so if we go with Minecraft first, then I'll say, Mike, what do you think it took on opening weekend? Now, both of these, believe it or not, again, are under 20 million for opening
Really?
weekend.
Really?
Yeah, in the UK. Probably because more people have probably just pirated it nowadays.
More than likely.
But yeah, it's under 20 million.
Minecraft. I'm going to say 15 million.
Okay.
I'll go 17.
17. So, Mike, you've almost got it bang on there. It was 15.5 million
Ah,
that it took there. So, it's brought you a point up there.
yes.
And we've got Super Mario. So, what do you think it took on opening weekend?
So, Minecraft was at the highest one. Is that right?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not going to tell you. I'll leave that to the end.
Oh,
Probably should have done it this way for the other two as well.
You
But
should have.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking, so you don't know if this took more or less. So, and if you get it spot on, I'll give you 5 points.
Oh, I could win.
So have a good thing. If you get it spot on, 5 points, or whoever's the closest just gets a point because I'm that stingy. But there's still the point to be played. Did you get it right? Was Super Mario more or less? I'm not going to say.
He's not going to tell us. I'm going to go 16.4.
So there's enough points here, maybe.
16.4.
16.4 for Mario Brothers.
13.5.
Oh, so it took 16 million.
Ah.
So Jordan, you were almost bang on there. So believe it or not, from that, Super Mario actually had the bigger opening weekend.
Yeah.
So Super Mario Bros. Beat it by about 500,000.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I thought the same again with that one. I thought it would have been Minecraft just with the hype that was behind it and everything.
I was kind of gauging it behind like kids whose hair I was cutting who was excited about like what movie they were going to see that weekend, and more spoke about Minecraft than Mario. But
yeah, I thought the same. It definitely had more exposure and everything, but
yeah,
again, I don't know, maybe just movie prices nowadays, cinema prices, it's put people off going to the cinema. So yeah, that's ended up. Mike, you got 3 points, and well done, Jordan, 7 points.
Smashed it.
So you've beat both the Pixel Pals this episode. Well done.
I apologise profusely. It's not my intention.
We should just get Joe to just take over the podcast from now on. It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
your podcast.
I have I have absolutely zero like the faculties that I have are not conducive to planning things. They go well. I once moved abroad 2 weeks after finding out that it was possible. Like, don't trust me with handling this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. That ended in me getting deported. Don't trust me on. Don't trust me to manage any of your stuff. It's not going to work well.
Maybe we'll keep the podcast for now, then, Dylan. And
Yeah, that's it. We'll find another victim that we can pass it on to.
Right then. So yeah, that was really good.
No, well done. He's done well.
Yeah. Right, we're coming up to the final quiz. Well, it's not even a quiz; it's more of a discussion, I guess, of the podcast. So normally, what we do is we do a section called "Keep, Remake, Delete," but I've renamed it for this particular episode. So I've called it "Trim, Die, or Sweep." Keep it barber related. But rather than doing the remake, I've changed it to shelf. So it's going to be called Keep, Shelf, Delete, which I'll explain in a second. So what I've done, I've picked 3 video game characters that are notorious for having ridiculously silly hairdos. The characters that I've chosen are Paul Phoenix from the Tekken series. What would you even call that haircut?
10 out of 10.
The Ivan Drago.
The tall flat top.
Yeah, all flat top. The second character is Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII, and the other character is it Guile from Street Fighter? Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh,
Guile?
yeah.
Another tall flat top.
Yeah, he's yeah. So yeah, the reason that I've changed remake to shelf is because technically Final Fantasy VII's already had a remake, so it wouldn't make sense to. But I couldn't think of any other video game characters that I'm sure there's tons that have silly hair, but so yeah, keep means you would keep it and play it. Shelf means you would keep it, but you would never play it again, and it would forever stay on your shelf. Or delete it just means it would never exist. So with the 3 characters, so we're looking at the Tekken series, looking at the Final Fantasy series, and we're looking at the Street Fighter series. So out of those, which would you keep? Which would you keep, but just keep it on the shelf forever, never play it? And which ones would you delete from history?
I think genuinely, if I'm gonna go with this question, it's been a long time since I played Final Fantasy. I'm gonna get so much hate from so many people, from so many fucking people, and I'll need to go on a redemption arc and play a bunch of Final Fantasy games. But my knowledge of Final Fantasy was more so watching my brother play it growing up. It was less about me playing it. It was more watching him playing it and getting enjoyment out of that. I'm not giving up Guile, played by the one and only Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm not giving him up. I'm not giving up Paul either. He is one of the greatest. I'd say he's my top 3 characters in Tekken.
Yeah.
It goes King, Yoshimitsu, and Paul. Those 3, undefeated. Anybody who chooses Jin takes baths with their dad. That's my that's my train of thought.
So what we're saying, so I take it from what you're saying, you would delete Final Fantasy. Is that what we're saying here?
I shall accept the train of hate that will come my way. I will delete Final Fantasy in order to retain Street Fighter. I cannot lose the 1994 Street Fighter movie. I cannot lose that. I cannot lose that. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. On the day Byron entered your village was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Ice running through his fucking veins. That is the coldest, most beautiful line that has ever been delivered in the history of cinema, and I refuse to let that go. So no, we are saving Gale. Fuck Final Fantasy.
So which out of the two, if you were given Tekken or Street Fighter, which one would you play and which one would you keep on the shelf for eternity and never play it?
Tekken or Street Fighter. Oh, it need to be Tekken. It need to, in terms of playability, or in terms of like things that it's spawned in its wake.
I guess it's the series, so yeah.
Fuck, man. Oh. Because Tekken was, I feel like Tekken's the better of the two in terms of like being a video game. You know what? There's no end to like goofy 80s and 90s movies. Yeah, I'm saving Tekken. I would save Tekken. I would save Tekken. Yoshimitsu is badass, man. So is King.
Yeah.
And Paul as well. He should have been played by Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, yes.
They missed a trick. They could have, the early 90s, we could have had the fucking coolest movie ever made. We could have had, we could have had Law, played by Jet Li. We could have had fucking, what's his face? Lee, played by Donnie Yen. Like, Jack could have been played by literally any muscle-bound fucking... Arnie. He could have been played by Arnie, man. We could have had the goofiest, most fun, nostalgic movie, and they absolutely fumbled the bag. And I believe that Nina should have been played, but controversially, by Kylie Minogue. Right? I believe it. I believe that because she done Street Fighter and she was spectacular in it, man. In the worst way possible. It was so good. It was so fucking good. But I believe it could have been done. So yeah, we're gonna go with Tekken. We'll go with Tekken, assuming we could get like a 1994 Tekken movie.
Yeah. They did make a Tekken movie in the late noughties, and it wasn't very good. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah, I remember seeing like the thumbnails for it. I opened Netflix and I seen that it was a thing.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, fuck you guys, it's too late.
They did do a like a Netflix anime as well on Tekken. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
That I did not know.
It's basically it's Jin's story. So it's mainly based around, especially like Tekken 3. It's all about Jin in it. But,
yeah, they've got a fan service.
But it's really good. Well, I really enjoyed it.
Is it still on Netflix?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's called Tekken 9 Fist, something like that.
I'll give that a watch. I fucking love me an anime.
Yeah, it's good.
That's on the list. That's on. I appreciate that. Thank you.
What about you, Dylan? I've got a feeling it's going to be quite similar to
I
Jordan.
thought you would. I was almost bang on to what Jordan said there. I would definitely have to probably, again, I'll split the hate with you, delete Final Fantasy because I purely haven't played one, so that would have to be deleted. And then, to be honest, I would keep Street Fighter, and again, for the reasons that Jordan spoke about there, is the movie is absolutely brilliant. I love the movie. I know it got like so much hate and everything, but it's just, to me, is like the ultimate cheesy action movie. The fact that you hear the stories that Van Damme was absolutely out his nut, the whole movie basically just out his brains as he was filming it and everything. And it was, what's his name's last movie as well, it was Ian Bison, wasn't it? He was like
Raul Julia.
Pretty much
Raul Julia.
He was pretty much like not long to live after that, and he still came up and still like done the role, and he done it absolutely brilliantly as well. But yeah, I couldn't get rid of Street Fighter just purely for that movie. I just love it. Tekken I like as well. I do like Tekken. Just, you know how you're talking about a Tekken movie there? That would have been epic to have like Dolph Lundgren in it.
I don't know. Have you seen the movie Showdown in Little Tokyo by any chance? And it's Dolph Lundgren and it's Brandon Lee. So it's Bruce
Yes.
Lee's son. And I'm like, how good would he have been as the Tekken character as well? But obviously, I mean, I don't. You probably know what happened to Brandon Lee and when they were shooting The Crow. But
I
it's
feel like
an ultimate cheesy movie, but it's brilliant.
Do you not feel like Brandon Lee could have played like the perfect Hwarang?
Mm.
The perfect Hwarang. Hwarang, I don't know if you guys ever looked at his outfit, his uniform, his style of fighting. But Hwarang is, I believe, named after Hwarang Do, which is a pattern. It's called a pattern in Taekwondo, but it would be similar to a kata in karate. But Hwarang Do is essentially one of the kata in the Taekwondo syllabus that you've got to learn in order to progress. So I think he was based on like a Taekwondo fighter. I think Brandon Lee would have absolutely smashed that.
Yeah,
he could have dyed his hair red. Like the physicality that he had, the long hair and everything, he would have been fucking perfect for that. Dude, what a shout, man! That would have been brilliant. That would have been brilliant, man.
Good, like. Only because I just watched that movie.
The things that we could have had a bunch of us got together and said, "We demand this. We demand this right now." A side note with the Street Fighter thing, Raul Julia, he was terminally ill at the point of accepting the role in the Street Fighter movie. The only reason he did was because his kids were huge fans of the franchise, and that was the only reason he did it. And I think that is one of the most legendary and sweetest things that anybody could do. I'm not a father myself, but I think that if I had kids and they were like, we got an acting role for you to play a character in a movie based on the video game that your kids like,
you got to do it, and
I would go for it. But the fact that he did it when he was he was terminally ill, and he went for an action role, that guy elevated himself to a level of legendary that I believe that not that many people will ever do since then, and and he deserves a lot of props for that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Was there not something in it as well that part of the contract was that he could have his family on set with him as well and stay with him because he was so far into the illness that he was scared if he was away he would actually die before getting home. I'm sure that was part of it as well. I read something about that was part of the reason he took it, was to say that if I take this, my family have to stay beside me in case something happens. And you could see it in the movie how like gaunt and that he looked, but his performance in it was still amazing.
Incredible. The movie was a flop, but his performance was critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
And I think it speaks volumes of just how amazing of an artist that he was, you know what I mean? And I think that other artists can only hope to emulate that level of dedication to the craft, but also to to the fans as well, you know what I mean? Like he's a fucking incredible guy, man, and I never tire of like singing the guy's praises. He's honestly 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I agree.
Well, you guys aren't going to like what I've got to say next.
Hang it up now.
Hitting the button.
So that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for no. Okay, yeah. So I would delete Street Fighter.
Oh no!
I do like Street Fighter, but I don't like Street Fighter as much as I like Tekken and Final Fantasy. And that's the only basis I've got for that answer. Final Fantasy VII was like one of those games when I was younger that I don't know, it was just like one of the first like story games that I played, and I just loved the like the adventure and the mysteriousness of it. And I don't know, as a kid, like, I don't know, it just was really good. But I think Tekken would pip it to the post in terms of playing it. Like, I've got good memories of Final Fantasy VII, but I think I've got better memories with Tekken. I've said it before, but Tekken 2 was the first Tekken that I ever played, and I played it around at my mate's house, and I played as Yoshimitsu, and I was playing this guy with a sword, and I was like, what? And I was like, why's nobody else got a sword? Like, oh no, it's just Yoshimitsu. That's just part of his character. And I remember convincing my mum and dad, because I was about 10 at the time, and they didn't want me playing fighting games at that age. Like, no, if you start playing fighting games, you'll start punching people at school and stuff. But I had to convince them, no, I won't. I promise I won't. And I never did. So I got a copy of Tekken 2, and I used to just play the hell out of it, just playing as Yoshimitsu and learning all his tenet combos and stuff like that. And there was a special move where he'd do a kamikaze, where he'd quickly spin up to the opponent and stab himself in the chest and stab the other player. It was just so cool. And then obviously there's this massive hype about Tekken 3 coming out. And remember just buying all the magazines and just reading all the character arcs and what all the new characters were going to be. So yeah, Tekken would be the one that I would keep. Final Fantasy, I would still keep it, but I'd be happy to leave it on the shelf and just thinking about the memories that I had about it. But yeah, Street Fighter, I played a bit of Street Fighter on the Mega Drive before Tekken and Final Fantasy. And yeah, although it was fun, and especially when you're smashing the cars up and stuff like that, it's like the bonus levels, that was like my favorite part. I like Tekken and Final Fantasy a bit more.
That's fair. It's a fair assessment. It's a fair assessment. I think I don't agree with it, right? And I'm glad that we've come to an agreement that we can never actually be friends at this stage. No, I'm kidding. But no, I get that. I think nostalgia plays a lot, but plays a fucking huge part in this, and these kinds of things. You know what I mean? It's if people were to ask me, like, I'm gonna upset so many people. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Prepare to take the clip, right? I'm going to upset so many people. If I were to delete, if someone says that you've got to remove one thing from Sega, and it's not Echo the Dolphin,
That's what Dylan was hoping for,
right?
100%.
If assuming Echo the Dolphin never existed, if someone came to me and said you're going to delete one thing from Sega, buy Sonic.
Really?
Yeah. Sonic is one of the first video games I ever played. I played a ton of Sonic growing up. It never held my interest the way that so many other games did. And as fun as it can be, I feel like it is one of the video games with like the largest, like the most prevalent identity crises. Is it a speedrunning game? Is it a game where you've got to run fast? Is it a game where you've got to slow down and work your way through these levels? And I don't know. It felt like I'm not gonna fucking lie, and I'm gonna piss even more people off. I had more fun playing Bubsy growing up.
Oh, Bubsy, yeah.
Bubsy, yeah, I had more fun playing Bubsy. Like, I was more inclined to spend time playing Bubsy than I was on Sonic, and the two of them are very similar, but something about Sonic was just able to piss me off in ways that a lot of other video games weren't, and I think, I think if I was to throw anyone under a bus, it would be him. But at the same time, I'm conflicted because I love the cartoons and the comics.
Looks like Dylan's about to cry.
No, to be honest, I like Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 is okay, but see the later ones, I've no interest in them. Sonic 3,
Yeah.
Sonic and Knuckles, I think they're shite. I think there's too much going on screen. And when they
Yeah.
started doing like Sonic 3D and everything, I'm like, what are you doing? The first one I really liked, and I liked Sonic Chaos on the Master System. And it's purely because I played them so much. But what you're sort of saying there, I have that sort of affiliation with Mario. I just couldn't get into Mario games, because I never had an NES or a SNES. The first proper Mario I played was Mario 64, which I loved. But see, when I used to go to my friend's house and play Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, and he had the third one, which at the time was huge, and everybody loved it, and I fucking hated it. I was like, this is shite. It's like, it's too hard. It's crap. I just didn't like it. And folk were like, how can you not like this game? And I just didn't. And so exactly what you're saying there about Sonic is what I felt about Mario now. But now I've actually went back and played them. I can appreciate them now and I like them.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I had absolutely no interest in them. I hated them.
I think I need to spend a little bit more time on Sonic and rediscover what it was that made me love them when I was a kid. And I think that's a huge part of it is, especially with a lot of like the older games, is rediscovering why you enjoyed them in the first place.
Yeah.
And with all of the retro games that I've played, and I play a lot of them. I play a lot of them. The one that I struggled most with was Sonic, because I get a lot of people. I don't know if you guys have noticed, like, Sonic fans are fucking intense. Like, they are intense. Like, there's a lot of Sonic fans who will base a lot of their identity around, I'm a Sonic fan. Their profile picture will be Sonic. Their username will be something related to Sonic. And I fully get that. I 100% support that. That's fine, but they ask quite a lot, like, would you play the Sonic games? And I'm like, yeah. And I remember I tried to play the Dreamcast. Was it Sonic Adventures?
Oh, Sonic Adventure, yeah, 1 and 2, yeah. I
got so far into it, right? And I realized at a certain point, I was like, I'm literally just pressing the forward button. Occasionally, there's that fucking flight, but it doesn't matter. I'm pressing the forward button, and occasionally I'm going left to right. I'm hitting spring boxes that are making the character jump. I'm really not doing anything.
Yeah.
There's very little in this video game that's keeping me that's really keeping me in the thing. And then that made the older games look better by comparison. So I was like, did I actually enjoy the older games? Or am I enjoying the older games because they look better compared to the newer games? You know what I mean? Like, which one is it? Which one is it? Is there anything that you guys like that's heralded as like a classic? Is there anything that you guys just can't fucking gel with? Is like I would love to know.
Yeah, I guess similar to what Dylan said, Mario. I can't get on with Mario. My wife, she's the absolute boss at Mario. You know, from the NES and SNES era, because that's all she played as a kid. Whereas me, I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog. And now, like, when we play on like the emulator and stuff, she still absolutely bosses it, and she like can like almost speedrun it. And
yeah,
I can barely jump over, the little pits and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm forever shrinking and dying, and I just don't get it. But like you said, in terms of nostalgia, she's got a different version of her experience with Mario, whereas I didn't really have one.
Yeah.
My experience with Mario was Mario Kart that I enjoyed. See Mario Kart on the SNES, going to my friend's house and playing that, I loved it. Like Mario Kart, and there's not a bad Mario Kart game. I've never played a bad one out of all the platforms it's came out of. Like I say, now going back to Mario, I do enjoy it. I've just finished the Wii version, the Super Mario Bros, and I loved it.
Right.
But playing it now, there's no way I could have played that as a kid. Like I just wouldn't have enjoyed it. Or when I was younger, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. But again, like you say, it's a nostalgia thing. I was a Sega kid. I didn't have a Nintendo.
Yeah.
I went to my friend's house who had a SNES, and we literally played, if it wasn't Street Fighter, it was Mario Kart. That was it. That was my two SNES games that I played growing up.
Yeah. I locked out because my dad left a Master System and Mega Drive in our house. So we just had those. Those were just things that were like we could just play games on. So I played like even the 8-bit version of Sonic growing up. I played the 8-bit and the 16-bit version of Sonic growing up, and those are like my early. And I'm pretty sure you guys will remember this as well, like the jump between 2D to 3D graphics.
Yeah,
like I remember that. I distinctly remember that, and one of the first, I think the first that I actually remember was Spyro, and it was the very first Spyro. I remember what I was to put a point. I remember what I was eating the first time I seen this. I remember what I was eating, and it was like a savory Mexican rice dish. And I was eating that, and I was watching my brother play this, and I was like, oh my fucking god. And then he gave me a turn with the controller. I loved it, man. I immediately fell in love with it. I couldn't believe it. It's like I can move like forward and back and left and right and up and down. Like I couldn't believe it. But prior to that, I've got a weird association with Mario and Dairy Milk Chocolate. Because at the time, the earliest memory I have of me playing that, I had a bar of Dairy Milk Chocolate, and I remember eating bits of that while trying to play the game and being terrible at it, but still trying to play it anyway. I think it just seems to depend on what you gravitated towards. We had both of them in our house. I believe a lot of what my opinions are probably not my opinions. They are what my brother played more of, and because he was like 4 years older than me. So when I was like 3 years old, he was like 7 years old. So he was at the stage where he's getting like good at video games. So I was seeing that. Did you guys play like Gunstar Heroes or Toe Jam and Earl?
Toe Jam and Earl,
Toe Jam and Earl, loved that.
Mate, what a
They were
game!
good.
What a game!
Two-player ones as well to get to play it with your pal. It was class.
Yeah,
mate,
anything two-player.
So good. I went and ordered that like a few years back, and me and my best friend we hooked the Sega up to my TV, and it was like a weekend tradition. It was like, is it Toe Jam or is it Gunstar Heroes? I don't. Did you guys play Gunstar Heroes?
No. Never played it when I grew up. I played it now. But yeah, I played it now.
It's so fucking good. So we would set aside a weekend, and it was a case of we'd get like a 4-pack of beer each, and we would just sit and just boss a game for a few hours and see how far we could get. We never completed either of them. No, we completed Gunstar Heroes. Actually, we one time we completed Gunstar Heroes. We never completed Toe Jam and Earl. But they were so fucking good, man. They were honestly so great, and it was weird that they took the side scrolling like approach for the sequel, but the later editions were absolutely top dollar, man.
Mm.
Yeah, like going back to Toe Jam and Earl now, I remember it being a lot easier back in the day.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, I don't know, you just find yourself spamming buttons and stuff. But yeah, like I think it might have been last episode, Dylan, when I was saying about Toe Jam and Earl, and there's that bit is like a bonus, almost a bonus stage where you open a door into a portal and it sucks you in, and then it's like
it's funny screen and everything, eh?
You've got to like shrink, and then
Did you guys ever get to like, I think when you get to like level 10, if you drop back down, if you get like the jet shoes and you drop back down and you go to the left, you find an island, and in that island there's like a ton of lives.
No.
Nah.
There's
right?
there's like a secret if you just completely drop down. There's like a jacuzzi as well. You can just jump in the jacuzzi and hang out in there. But
remember that? That rings a bell.
You remember it? Yes.
Yeah. Jeez, that's
there's
a flash of the past. I do remember that.
There's like hula girls that are like in the jacuzzi as well, so you can like jump into the jacuzzi. But no, there was like shit that you wouldn't expect, man. That was just hidden within this game. It was an absolute treasure, and it was something that I completely missed growing up. I never played this growing up. The first exposure that I had to it. Did any of you guys ever watch Angry Video Game Nerd?
No.
You're kidding me.
No.
You're both kidding me. You never came across Angry Video Game Nerd? Dude,
I'm gonna Google him.
He's one of like right, okay, so Angry Video Game Nerd, or Cinemassacre, as he was also known, was one of the OGs of gaming content creation. He was also one of the reasons why I wanted to get into this. This guy made videos prior to YouTube. They were on like other websites, but they gradually got uploaded. He originally arrived as the Angry Nintendo Nerd, because it was all Nintendo stuff, and he would cover a lot of like LGN video games, and those were like movie to video games, and they were generally shit. Like they were so bad. So his whole shtick was that he played this character called the Nerd that played these shit video games, and he would get like angry about the video games while he played them. But occasionally he played like good video games, but he would just give his critiques along the way. I cannot recommend him enough. I genuinely cannot. He's only, and you know the crazy part of it is that this guy existed before YouTube. The last time I checked on him, I think he's got like 3 or 4 million followers. He deserves way more than that.
Yeah.
Way more than that.
I want to check him out.
Because a number of like larger creators, I don't know if you guys ever watched like Game Grumps.
No.
Another huge channel. One of them, Dan Avidan, he's got a band called Ninja Sex Party. They're fucking hilarious. they do like 80s inspired. In fact, Dylan, you need to look these guys up, right? Ninja Sex Party, please look these guys up. They're fucking brilliant. I've seen them live in concert. They're superb.
Best name ever, that, like.
Dude, they do like, you know what's hilarious is that the keyboard player was a tenured physics professor at Oxford University, and he left that job to be the keyboard player for Ninja Sex Party. But if you like those guys, even those guys who are huge, they credited him in earlier like earlier videos that that's what they watch. That's their watch. I recommend. I recommend highly. Angry Video Game Nerd. The dose of nostalgia you're going to get from this is going to be incredible, because he goes everywhere from like Atari all the way through literally every system you could imagine. This guy's collection is incredible.
Wow.
I'll have to check him out. That's my homework.
Yeah, I just did a Google search on him, and he wears glasses and wears like a shirt, doesn't he?
Yes. He's got like the pocket protector for the pens on it and stuff. He's legendary. He is legendary.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. But I didn't recognize him from the picture, but maybe if I watch a few videos, I don't know, I might jog a memory. But yeah, just looking at his face, it didn't ring any bells. But yeah, it sounds like, because it says he's been around since 2004, so you would have thought he'd pop up, or I don't know.
The effort that this guy put into his videos, by the way, like there's a Power Rangers one that the editing that this guy did, and a lot of it is monologue as well. Like it's analog monologue. Jesus Christ, a lot of it's analog. So he was like using like a regular camcorder and connecting it to a TV to get like the game capture footage. The effort, man, it's unbelievable.
I'll check him out.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out, definitely.
It's like super low budget. It's
They're usually best though, aren't they? Like the low budget stuff. It just adds to it, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does.
Right, and I think, to be honest, we're out of time. But yeah, thanks, George, for popping on. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure, and it's been really fun. Just having you here and learning about haircuts. Because I know nothing about haircuts because I don't get my haircut. It's a gift and a curse.
I could take the foil over it and make it shiny.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Yeah, we'll have to try that.
I only charge £6, man. It's a bargain. Come up one of these days.
Yeah, when I come to Scotland, I'll have to come to your barber shop. You have to sort me out. But yeah, Joe, do you want to just let us know where people can find you?
You can find me on TikTok primarily, on Twitch, and soon, I'm already on there, but soon on YouTube, which is where I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to very soon, what I'm going to be doing is cutting a day out of my TikTok schedule. And when I cut that day out of my TikTok schedule, if anybody is free and they want to play a multiplayer game, what I was thinking about doing was streaming on Twitch, putting the slow chat on, and then editing and uploading the VOD onto YouTube. So if you guys are ever in the mood to play some multiplayer games, I would love nothing more than to invite you onto it. So if you guys are ever up for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
I'll play that.
I fucking love that, man. I love that.
Nice.
So the same username across every platform, literally every platform, but primarily TikTok, Twitch, and at some point YouTube, if anyone's ever interested.
Yeah, sweet. That sounds really good. I like the idea of that. Like,
Yeah, that sounds good.
play with mates and stream it and post it. Yeah, love it.
Gives us a chance to plug people as well, because especially if folks come over from my side, they get to see you guys, they get to go over and check you guys out, and vice versa. You know what I mean? That's
it. Yeah.
It's something
And that's
that
one thing you're awesome for doing all the time as well, because you always
Yeah.
notice that in your streams. You've either got like the text going across to follow someone or giving someone a shout out. So I know you're like always big on stuff like that, which is awesome, man.
I try, and I'm going to credit you for that, dude. That is 100% you, because that is one of the greatest kindness that I've ever come across in life was genuinely, Dale, from you. You had this huge following, and I put out almost nothing. And you directed your fan base to go and give me a follow, and I got a bunch of followers off of the back of that. And it was the same with yourself and with Super Nerd Simon. There was like what I could like. You guys are what I consider to be titans within this sphere of influence. You know what I mean? And me, who at the time, and still to a degree, is a nobody. You know what I mean? You guys were like, go check this guy out. He's doing things that I dig, and that was honestly one of the kindest things that I think anybody could have ever done for me on the internet, man. I fucking couldn't believe it at the time, and I haven't seen that. I haven't received such kindness from yourself, Retro Sega81, and from the likes of Super Nerd Simon, and even from the likes of the Yorkshire Gamer as well. Because dude, you guys are huge compared to me, and you both directed people towards me, and there's no way that I can't help lift people up after that, man. That's fucking, it's a duty. It's an obligation.
Mm-hmm.
It's
kind words, like. But then everyone, that's the thing as well, though, and it's like, I mean, you look at your following now, how quick you've amassed up to over 10,000, and this is something that I talked about before, even with Marv as well on his podcast when we had him on, when we've been speaking to him on his round table, and it was like you said earlier, like when I first spoke to you, I was the only Scottish streamer that you had known. There wasn't a lot of people streaming. So see now, if you look at the number of people that are streaming, it's so much harder because there is so many people doing it. But when I was doing it, there generally wasn't. It was all Americans and stuff. There was the odd couple of people here in the UK, but there wasn't a lot. And that's what helped like probably build our following. And that's what I've said before. It is so much harder to build a following nowadays because people aren't hitting the follow button. I don't know if you listened to like El Mundo's episode on Marv's podcast, and what he was saying was exactly that. Like people aren't hitting the following button. Yeah, people are not following as much and things like that. Whereas before, I started off when it was COVID, so everyone was in the house, everyone was bored, everyone didn't have, there weren't maybe a lot of people that were going to their work because obviously they weren't able to, so they were going on TikTok, they were watching things and just getting that little bit of a nostalgia hit. So, but I think a lot of people get fixated with numbers and that I don't think they mean anything, to be honest. Like they genuinely don't. And you've got people there that maybe only have a couple of hundred followers to a few thousand that, like you're saying, they deserve so much more. Their content's like really, really good. But it's so hard now because there's so many people, which is brilliant. Don't get me wrong, because I love seeing there's so many like retro gaming people, especially in the UK as well, because it was quite quiet before. But it's hard now when you've got so many people doing it. What can you do that's different to everybody else? And it is just a grind, like that's it at the end of the day.
Could I use this opportunity to shout out someone who is very important to me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
would that be okay?
Man. Yeah.
So when I'd messaged you, remember I'd messaged you and I was like, I'm wanting to do it, and then I realised that because I came from Cyprus back to the UK, I couldn't stream because the limit, like the cap is different on both countries. And I decided to stream on Twitch. And when I did, I was streaming a survival horror game called 7 Days to Die. And when I did that, I attracted this viewer. He was called The Cleaner, right? Okay. And he helped me through that game. 7 Days to Die is a very in-depth game. There is a steep learning curve in that game, but he knew everything. Like, he knew fucking everything, and he helped a lot with it. And me and my friend at the time, we were streaming together, and he was like, I could help you guys out, and we were like, do you want to like play online with us? And he did. And his name's Tom, right? His name's Tom. And he helped us build the most incredible base. And we had the greatest time just playing this game with this guy. This guy was one of my first ever viewers, first ever consistent viewers, and then became just like a guy that we played video games with just regularly. He's in his 50s. It turns out he's got a sweet company, and it's called Treats and Greets. And they're the guys that made the 8-bit barber mug. And that, he was there from, like, it's not day one, but it was like day 3 of like my streaming experience. He's just been there from like, it's pretty much the start, you know what I mean? And him and his wife, they've just he told me, dude, keep this up. And I was like, bro, I've got like, I get like 1 viewer. And he was like, no, keep doing it. Keep doing it. These streams are fun. They just need to get in front of the right people. And like at a certain point between him and like Secretary Stevie, had it not been the same, I might have strayed away from it. You know what I mean? Dylan really got the fucking gas under my feet to have me give it a try. But these two, they were like, dude, keep doing this. So Treats and Greets, for anyone that's listening, they're a UK-based sweet company, and they make custom mugs. And they made me my 8-bit barber mug. If you've ever seen it on stream,
it's awesome. Like,
it was from those guys. So I feel like I'd be remiss in my duty for people who have helped me so much. If I don't give them a shout out, man, fuck. I'd be a terrible person. But thank you, Tom. I appreciate you, dude.
Nice one, mate.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Go and drop them a follow. Treats and Greets. Yeah, nice one, mate. Right, I think we're gonna have to call it quits now. But once again, it's been such a pleasure, mate, having you on. Thanks for agreeing to come on. And
thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem at all, mate. And
for waffling too much.
No, it's all right.
Not at all.
I think
Not at all.
We're notorious for waffling. Like we do say, right, we're going to keep this episode to an hour, and I think the last episode it was like 2 hours and 5 minutes because we can't stop talking, and it's just the way it is, isn't it?
I do the same thing where every time, like, this is the 3rd podcast I've been on, I think, and every time I'm like, I've got this. And then I get hyped up to a point where, like, I don't know if it's. I'm a nervous wreck of a guy. The streams don't portray that. I'm a very nervous, very anxious person, and when it comes to things like this, obviously, where there's a potential that I could ruin your product. I'm okay with making an arse out of myself, but if I make an arse out of your thing, I get like really wound up. So I get really anxious, and I talk too much. It's something. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but I appreciate you guys' patience with me, and I cannot thank you guys enough for inviting me on.
No, we'll have to get you back.
Honestly, it's been awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to get you back. Awesome. Maybe for season 3. If we get to season 3, we're going to keep them guessing, aren't we, Dylan?
I know, that's it. Exactly. Who knows?
Who knows who could be on?
Any final words from you, Dylan?
No, just again, thank you very much for coming on. As I say, we wanted to get some guests on, but we started pulling the list together. Literally, your name was top of the list. Like, there was quite a few straight away. We're like, we need to get 8-bit on. So, yeah, honestly, much love. I'm loving it that you're smashing it, dude. And honestly, I know you've said it a few times, like the credit to myself, but it's not. This is all you, dude. It's all you that's smashing it. So, loving it. It's awesome to see, man.
I stand on the shoulder of giants, and one of those giants is called Retro Sega81. And I'll repeat that.
Scotland are taking over. That's it.
That's right. I'm not speaking Scottish by the end of this episode. But yeah, thanks again, guys. And yeah, let us know in the comments if you've got any questions for 8BitBarber, and we'll pass them on. But yeah, I guess until next time, take care, stay safe, and stay awesome. Ta-ra.